Please open in your learning workbook to page 63. Here's the next problem for which we're only going to do step 1. Find out how many quarts of 6% butterfat milk and 1% butterfat milk should be mixed to yield 100 quarts of 4% butterfat milk. Okay, a little bit of context. Imagine you're a caterer and you're producing a recipe that requires 100 quarts of 4% butterfat milk. That's a lot of milk. 100 quarts. There are 4 quarts in a gallon. That would be 25 gallons of butterfat milk. This must be a large gathering that you're preparing some item for. Okay, so you're the caterer. It's the day of the event and you're preparing the food that you need that evening. And you go to your industrial size fridge and all you see that you have access to is 6% butterfat milk and 1% butterfat milk. The only problem is the recipe that you need to follow requires 4% butterfat milk and you don't have any. What do you do? Well, think about it. 6% butterfat milk, that's butterfat milk that has more fat in it than what you want. 1% butterfat milk, that's butterfat milk that has less fat in it than what you want. But if you mix them together in just the right quantities, you can create the 4% butterfat milk that you need. So, this problem says, find out how many quarts. Those are the most important words in the sentence. What are we being asked to find? We're being asked to find how many quarts of each type of butterfat milk we should mix together. All right, so let's define our variables. Now, what distinguishes the 2 types of butterfat milk from each other? Well, this right here, the 6%, and this right here, the 1%. Now you notice that those are numbers, not words. So when it comes to defining letters for our variables, we really can't say 6. 6 is not a letter. 6 is not a variable. So in this particular problem, instead of making things more complicated than they need to be, we're just going to use x and y for our variables. Sometimes the simplest solution is the best, and that's what we're going to go with. So x is defined as the number of quarts of 6% butterfat milk. Y is defined as the number of quarts of 1% butterfat milk. And there you go. Those are the 2 things that we're being asked to find. If someone tells me the number of quarts of 6% butterfat milk I need in this hand, and the number of quarts of 1% butterfat milk I need in this hand, then I know exactly how much I need to mix together so that the result is 4% butterfat milk, and specifically 100 quarts worth of it. That's a lot of milk.